Peace, y'all. Peace, love, and light. Peace to the family. What's good, y'all? What's up? What's good? What's good with you? Good evening. All right. Peace to you. Peace to you and yours. What's good? Peace. Peace. Greetings to the family, yo. Yes. Thank you. Shout out to the brother Olu. Right? Brother Olu, he makes these amazing crowns. Yes, indeed. We still keeping that prayer going for DMX. Like I said, people that never prayed, people that don't pray anymore, people that have a conflict with Christianity or any other Abrahamic religion, you know what I'm saying? They found themselves going to their default, which is prayer. Right? What's your default? I'm going to ask you, what's your default when you get into a situation and you at tails end? You know what I'm saying? I would like to know. I'm just asking for a friend, and I want to know for my own personal catalog. You know what I'm saying? What's your default when you get into a pickle, when you get into a situation? You feel me? What's your default when you got to petition the big homie, or you got to dig deep in your own personal space because you got to talk to the God within? Right? What's your default? How do you tap in when you at your tail's end and you got to get that shit up to something else? Because we've all been there, right? I've been in them situations, right? That's why, I don't necessarily say that I advocate, but I'm like, yo, I've had experiences that I can never look back on, right? I can't talk down and I can't ignore them because they was real experiences, and I had those experiences before I knew any of y'all, right? Even before I came into consciousness, quote unquote, right? Or being conscious of being conscious, right? When I was in them predicaments in the streets, right? When I was in predicaments behind the wall because, I had a case in another state and I'm caught up, right? Doing some shit that I ain't supposed to do. And I'm on a bailout on the other case, and I'm in the pen on a fake name, and I don't want to default my bail because somebody's house is attached to it, but I got court in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And it's 12 at night, and all of the things that I can do with my mind have already been exhausted. All the things that I can do with my mouth, talking a good one, have already been exhausted. All of the phone calls that I can make have already been exhausted. The phones is dead. I got to look at the predicament that when I wake up, right, not only am I going to find myself in the bind with this whole warrant on another felony case, but I'm putting somebody in a predicament to put their bread up, right, to come and get me, knowing damn well that I was just going to go back out into the street and do more dirt. Feel me? And then I find myself putting a prayer up. Feel me? I find myself putting a prayer up. I find myself putting a prayer up, and I find myself telling a big homie, right, some shit that I believed in that second or that minute. Yo, if you get me out of this one, whew, I have no idea how that shit gonna happen, but if it do, right, I'm ready to be a loyalist. I'm ready to get out here and do your bidding, right? I'm ready to be out here and sing praises to your name. I'm going to give it up. And then you be like, shit. You lay down and shit, you know what I'm saying? You in your head thinking all this crazy shit. You feel me? And then you hear your name get called. Marlon! 11C, pack it up. It's 1:30 in the morning. Nigga, what? You get up and you peek out like, yo, did somebody say my name? Yeah, nigga, pack it up. You feel me? Pack it up. What happened? It was grand larceny, right? Anything that you probably heard me affiliated with in the judicial sense, it dealt with grand larceny. So this was another grand larceny case, probably in Jersey. You feel me? And my prayer got answered at 1:30 in the morning. My shorty, my lady, my girl at the time came all the way from Miami, right? And bailed me out at the last moment. You dig what I'm saying? So I could be like, all right, all praises be to her. I had no idea she was coming. She didn't give me no heads up or no forewarning. You feel me? But she came all the way out of her comfort zone and put her job in a predicament to come and get my ass. But I want to attribute that to prayer, right? Because it was almost like I was wishing on a miracle. And the miracle came in the form of her. And that's okay, because your miracles are going to show up in the form of people. Your miracles often show up in the form of people, right? If we are to be accepting of the concept and the notion, right, that the Most High exists in all things, right? Everything that's animate, everything that has a living force in it has creative force in it. Now, I wasn't crying on the phone to her. Never that. You know what I'm saying? Never crying on the phone. We ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even overstressing the situation of her because I wouldn't put that type of pressure on her. She ain't want to see a nigga in a predicament, point blank period, even though whether I was quote unquote right or wrong. Because I told her I wouldn't be doing, shit in the street no more. She still came and got the God. You feel me? And she had to, I ain't even get to even properly give her the love that she deserved, because she had to turn right around, get on a plane and go back to Miami to make sure that she went to work the next day. So we didn't even get it in. You know what I'm saying? We in the whip. She got to go to the airport. I'm going back to New York to get ready for court in the morning. Yeah, so the wizards be unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? But even, creative force showing up in the whiz, that's not, there's no mystery there. You know what I'm saying? Because who has the capacity to harbor, right, more of a firm relationship with creative force, right? Whose vessel is designed specifically to house creative life force in it, right? It's the woman. You dig what I'm saying? It's the woman. So, we already know, like, the closest thing to God, if not God, is the woman. You know what I'm saying? I have a tendency to understand it as a mutual conjoining of energies, positive and feminine. I don't really think that creator's a man or a woman. I think it's a conjoined, you know what I'm saying? It's a conjoined effort between polarity of energies, right? Because God could be all loving, kind, and pious, and then could get gangster. So there's extremes that exist even in the concept of creator. Even though we say that creator is, because they say, creator don't have emotions, creator's not temporal, creator don't have body per se. So you're talking about a mystery God, right? But like I said, I want to go back to, they called my name and I was in disbelief, but I had to pay homage. I had to make that acknowledgement that even if, like I said, she was still on the way. You feel me? But it was still, was it a coincidence? Because it happened to me more than once, right? So it's not a coincidence that I'm like, when I broke down and I went to my last lifeline, you know what I'm saying? My last quote unquote hope, which was to acknowledge my wrongs, humble myself, right? And ask for a renewal of my contract. Because now I'm signed up for something. You know what I'm saying? I'm signing up for something. Yo, if you get me out of this situation, man, I ain't never going to go back and do X, Y, and Z again. You know what I'm saying? So you contracting. There's somebody there to take that signature, put you on file, you know what I'm saying? And walk with you to see if you uphold that obligation or not. And if you don't, then they have the ability to open up, you know what I'm saying, the penalty phase of you breaking your contract. And that's where a lot of our bad karma come from. You know what I mean? And it's like, as much as we love ourselves as a people, you know what I'm saying, and we can't help not to, right? Because we're beautiful people. I ain't gonna sit here and talk crazy about us, because I love us. You feel me? And I you know, I've been with us all my life, so this is all I know, right? I don't have any options to choose out, or to choose up, or to choose down. This is all I got. You feel me? So you gotta make the best of it. And sometimes that shit come out looking hella crazy, right? Because you just like, yo, niggas is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is crazy. And as much as I feel that victory is ours, as much as I feel that, you know, this is a proverbial race to the finish, and it's going to come down to the very last second. So if you don't know, you won't know who wins. But for those of us that know, right, we know that we're going to win in the end, right? And this shit might sound like church, you know what I mean? But that don't mean that you fall back on your laurels and you get lazy and you just leave everything up to randomness. No, you still have to work arduously for a win, especially if you are in the mindset that somehow you playing catch up. You know what I'm saying? Or you can pick the pace up, right? Like, I could dig in a little. I could get on my Carl Lewis. You know what I'm saying? I could run it up a little bit faster. You feel me? But we also got to be mindful of these karmic cycles that we create, right? We're creating karma in the universe by the shit that we do and the shit that we don't do. You feel me? And it's like, yo, a whole generation damn near was selling crack, right? What sort of karmic bubble do you think that creates? Because they say when you let a bomb off, right, a biological weapon has a 7 generations window in it. Meaning, like, when they dropped the bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, technically, epigenetically, that's supposed to affect the Japanese genome for 7 generations out, right? So if they dropped a crack bomb in the hood, in the communities in the 80s, right, technically they saying that shit, any biological weapon has a 7 generational window attached to it in terms of the chemical fallout from a biological weapon. You feel me? So what happens to us as a people who have created so much karma, so much weight, so much debt, so much baggage, right? And we only in like the 2nd generation of that fallout. You feel me? No, it's not a fear bomb, my nigga. It's a karmic bomb from niggas selling crack to their moms. You know what I'm saying? And breaking down the weaker parts of their species and feeding off of the carcass of the weak. just so you can chase behind some Europeans to buy a designer and shit like that, right? And that restores the value in you for you to look at yourself like you're something. So you're looking at yourself through the lens of Europeans, right? Looking for the value in something that those same Europeans had convinced you has no value because it has no history. So anything with no roots, right, can't possibly have a motherfucking branch that extends into the future or that produces subtle fruit, right? Succulent fruit, right? How? It don't got no roots. How can it produce fruit? You know what I'm saying? This shit gonna produce fruits with no seeds, GMO. Right? It was made in a lab. That's what they told you about niggas. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no roots. They don't have no history. And they are partially right because there's no niggers in antiquity, right? There's a difference. I think Chris Rock did that beautiful analogy when he was talking about blacks and niggers, right? And you replace black with whatever trigger word that you want to at this particular point in this conversation. And all of them have a history. Even Negro has a history. It goes back to somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Shit, color does. Black does. More does. Now, if you want to chase the trajectory of how far each one of them go back, then feel free. You know, you can be the history giant of the day, and that could be a thing. But what I'm saying is that how far back does niggas go in antiquity? Are there any ancient nigger civilizations that you know of? Right? Are there ancient nigger monuments? Right? What was the tradition of the niggers? And I ain't say nagas. Right? I said niggas. I ain't say negoose. I said niggas. We know what niggas is, okay? You feel me? Yes. It's a dominance hierarchy that's borderline homoerotic, right? Because it's dealing with the epsilon male, right? It's dealing with an epsilon male, not an alpha. So a nigga exists on the lowest common denominator of societal rung. A nigger does, right? And at the lowest common denominator, then that shit has a hierarchical domination system, right? Where through aggression, these niggas is attempting to dominate other niggas. That's why the realest niggers, right, is raping other niggas in jail, right? Think about it. Ain't no what's considered a weak nigga gonna rape niggas in jail. That's the nigga that's the most fearful. He's the big homie. He's the niggas that niggas wouldn't, look at twice. And they running down and running up in niggas. It's a dominance hierarchy. And when you strip the shit down, right, you can see it in its most primal state. So if you haven't been around men in a primal state, you don't know who these niggas are. You feel me? You don't know them. You think you know them, right? You think you know them, but you don't know them, right? And I seen niggas do voluntarily shit behind the wall that they ain't have to motherfucking do because niggas had 6 months. Okay? It's a dominance hierarchy. You feel me? And it comes from niggas mandingo wrestling on the plantation. Right? They created that shit in the wilderness of North America. There are no niggers in antiquity. Right? Go and find me some. Okay? So, with all that being said, it ain't got nothing to do with astrazine. I don't know even what that is. That's the shit that they feed to the frogs. It ain't got nothing to do with saltpeter. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. It has to do with a dominance hierarchy. Right? Yeah, basically. Blue pillar versus blue pillar. Yeah. Alright, so what was I saying? I was going back to the power of prayer. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we contract with these prayers because we are renewing, right? Creators like, oh shit, okay, we got you making a oath, making a pledge, right? Breaking one contract to start a new one. We're going to write you up and run it up. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the penalty, though. It's in fine print. You know what I'm saying? So what's the penalty that we have to pay generationally from an entire generation succumbing, right, to the trickery? Let's call it trick knowledge, right? We can blame them devils. We could say, yo, they the ones that drop crack cocaine in the hood, right? But niggers sold it. You feel me? So what is the karmic, right? Because you're not going to get away, right? Especially you strong, melanated, resonating, you know what I'm saying, purposeful black man that was born onto this planet after the civil rights struggle and, you know, after the black power struggle. You wasn't necessarily, or was you? You signed up to be Judas? You signed up to throw this shit away, to flush it down the toilet, everything that your ancestors did leading up to that. You signed up to come here to compromise that shit, right? Right? Niggas can't see that being Judas versus the Black Messiah. Because we fucking worship that shit in our society, in our community. We think that there's something attractive about niggas selling drugs and destroying other people around them. Now, if you want to deal with it as a Darwinist, right? If we want to strip this shit down and go into Darwinism, then that's just the fucking game right there, right? That's just the game right there, right? Them niggas is the weak ones in society and they're going to get preyed upon. Jungle rules, right? Fuck that shit. Okay? And if that's the case, just say who you are at the end of the day. Stop pretending that you're something that you're not. You're not fucking African because that's not Darwinist. You feel me? You're a Westerner. And I wouldn't expect you to be anything other than that. But understand that you have been indoctrinated and you are being created into a whole new person, right? And you can't even necessarily call yourself the original man because there's nothing original about you. Your DNA has been compromised many times over. You are a product of rape culture, first and foremost, right? Ain't too many of us running around here have escaped rape culture in our bloodlines genetically. You know what I'm saying? In terms of saying, yo, you're original to the degree that you have original genetic stock. When they motherfucking trace them stocks and they like, yo, you are still 99.9% original, right? We can tie this shit to the Congo. No, that's not how them genetics is popping up. You got rat, cat, dog, pig, you feel me? And cracker inside of you, right? You are the teenager of the planet. But everybody's on your dick. You feel me? Who's asking for world peace? You got levitation in your DNA. That's what's up. That's what's up. Right? Who want to have a real conversation, though, about what actually happened, right? And how we came out on the other end of what happened and who we are so we could look at ourselves. So when that cracker pop up in you, and pop up out you feel me? And he's so fucking destructive to other niggers, then you can get it. Then you kind of understand it. Like, damn, shit, I'm a product of the raping of slave master. Maybe slave master's still in my DNA at a genetic level on some get out shit. Right? Maybe I am housing slave master. Why do I hate these other niggas so much? I will fucking annihilate these niggas. Niggas is, look, they run around talking about dancing to the Junebug shit. He talking about knock your dreads off. Look, my man lost his child in Atlanta 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They hit this nigga up with 5 automatic weapons and knocked his dreads off. Right? There was pieces of his skull all around the street. And the pieces of the skull had the hair in it, the dreads in it. Right? This is real shit that's happening to people in our community who are losing their children, right? To other niggas or these you know, our brothers and sisters who got automatic weaponry, military grade in the street, but you ain't heard them bring no fucking pain to no adversaries. Right? But niggas is strapped and ready for war at any given time. You know what I'm saying? And we celebrated. The shit became a trending song. It went viral. Right? And all of these goofuses was out here doing that dance. Right? Partying to our celebration. There's nothing more attractive and magnetic than Black Death. Right? There's something about the smell of black blood. You feel me? It brings every motherfucking body to the party. You feel me? I had said something that was controversial. And I'm like, I think I said it on Black Magic and I repeat it. It's worth saying. You know, and I've told this to the brothers. So I'm not talking behind nobody's back. But I'm like, how can black lives possibly matter, right? And battle rap is a thing at the same time. This shit cancels one another out. And we don't see how crazy we look. We don't understand that we're walking blatant contradictions. And there's power in a walking contradiction. Let me be clear, right? But you niggas is not occultists and you don't understand magic. So you would not even understand how to tap into the power of contradiction. We just goofy, right? As a people. How can Black Lives Matter and battle rap exist at the same time? These niggas is performance artists, granted, right? They're very fucking talented. Amazing at what they do. It's a hellified art form, right? But it has become the artistic expression of 6 million ways to kill a nigga, right? That is what the entire platform entails. They talking about killing your daughter, killing your mama, killing your dog, killing your baby. You feel me? And whoever says it more colorfully, niggas be like, ooh. And they there voting and tallying the votes and shit like that. This person won over that person. And both of them people walk away and go back into their respective lives. But all of that, right, triangulated nonsense because they putting them shits into bars, right? Incantations. The shit starts ringing in your head. You start bringing up those rhymes. You can't even get it out of your mind. And then you wonder why you start attracting shit. You feel me? They talking about people's mothers that just made transition. They disrespecting the dead. And the nigga's supposed to hug it out at the end of that shit. How could you hug a nigga after he do some shit like that? Right? You gonna make me want to kill you. And I'll be justified to it. And they be like, yo, we grew up being fucking lied to. They like sticks and stone break bones, but words will never hurt you. Nigga, I can't tell. Right? They be cooking each other. You see this shit. You see them. You see a nigga getting rotisserie in real time and the uncomfortability factor. And then he has to poise himself to get a fucking check at the end of the night. He gonna let a nigga spit in his face and pee on him. Because a nigga might as well do that. That's what might as well be going on. Right? You might as well come in the ring and have a nigga khakiying on you like Daylight did on stage. You might as well. You might as well. You're gonna walk away from that and then you brag, yo, our battle went viral. So 1 million plus people seen you disrespecting another nigga's mama and you hugged them at the end of the match. But there's supposed to be something real about you. Right? And that shit is a major vehicle that beams around the world. Okay? Right? The beams around the world. Okay? And I don't have nothing against Smack. I don't have nothing against TRL, right? I remember the brother when he started. When he was just doing the DVDs. I remember them outside battles. Shout out to Mook. Shout out to Lux. Shout out to Hollow the Don. Shout out to Goods. Who else do I know from that camp? Shout out to Rain. No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking on my observations. You feel me? Yeah, Smack, I wouldn't say Smack raised me, but I was there for the whole, process. I lived through the whole, coming up, the escalation of the art form. But yeah, the art form is 6 million ways to die. And they don't be killing no crackers on stage. They don't be killing no pedophiles. They don't be killing the Illuminati. They don't be killing the small hats. They don't be killing the people that's really committed to killing us. You feel me? They don't get into that. They're not utilizing their warrior beaks, their flute, their Doug Fluties. They're not utilizing that, you know what I'm saying, to affect any change. They're not pushing the line. They're not putting their necks on the line. Them niggas have become mainstream entertainment. Nick Cannon pulled up and snatched niggas up, and it became a nationalized syndicated coon show. You feel me? We ain't even gonna talk about Nick Cannon. That's a whole nother fucking story. Yeah, shout out to BDot. You know what I'm saying? I can't take nothing away from that young man. Right? He's a monster with his bars. And that don't mean that, because I said he's a monster with his bars, that I'm making a preference between if him and Lux is going through something. Lux is crazy with it. Right? They're different lyricists to me. They're in a different category altogether. You know what I'm saying? BDot is an animal at what he does. You feel me? And his art form is not just relegated to battle rap. And he's battling niggas with consciousness. He's doing the best with what he has. And let's put it on record. I've never seen him flip-flop or switch it up. Okay? I've never seen that. I respect his gangster. Yeah, I can't speak about Nick Cannon because I haven't been in contact with Nick Cannon. I'm observing just like you are. But I said from day one, I told my mama this. You feel me? I told my mama this. I said, yo, if they're able to bend him over, right, and run up in him because of some shit that he said about some Jews that he couldn't even back up, right? I was like, how you think during a pandemic he's going to be able to stand on a Sabi dock and he got the medical mafia, right? $1 trillion machine that is sniping niggas and taking them the fuck up out of there, right? I said, how you think he going to stand up against the medical mafia when they lean on him, when the small hats lean on him? Because now he's already established that he got beef with the small hats. They going to send a small hat at him, right? Yo, nigga, you're not getting this show back for real. Because if you put that shit out and you fuck our plan up in the midst, right? In the midst of this program, we're coming to get the rest of these niggas, right? We got a fucking a species terminus plan under play, right? Because y'all sitting here and it's cool. Niggas is making money in crypto. Yay. Right? It's great. But you are in the middle of a species terminus program, right? They're putting the final clamps on this shit. This is the end game, right? And they're able to lull you to sleep because you don't have a president. So you not seeing the president never put you on guard like how Trump did. Trump put you on guard. You was looking at presidential politics. You was into politics. You know what I'm saying? You was able to put things together that was happening in society. Yo, those was the Trumpers. Yo, let's go buy some guns. Let's get ready. You niggas went back to sleep already. And it's not even been 6 months. And you already low back to sleep. And they're marching down, putting mechanical medical devices in people's arms, right? This nigga said, I want to do 200 million in 100 days. Let's take a look at this. There's only 330 million people in the country, right? So if this nigga say, I'm doing 200 milli in 100 days, that means that they got plans of inoculating 2/3 of the population. What's left after that? What's left after that? How do you combat that? Right? So you got a whole nother 200 days of the calendar year left, right? To inoculate the rest of the 130 million people, of which you might catch 130 million is left. So you got 300 people inoculated against 30 million that's not, right? But the number's going to more so be like really the 5%. There's only going to be like 4 or 5 million people that are still left that they'll consider those people are vax deniers, right? That's the resistance. Nigga, you ever seen the Terminator? John Connor and them, right? Had to go underground with the ham radio because they couldn't be on the surface anymore. You ever seen Demolition Man? Judge Dredd? You don't remember these movies, huh? But you did during COVID. Okay. All right. Yeah, they be sitting there and they fucking live. They got me on a jumbo screen with their sensors, cutting my mic when I say shit, cutting my lives off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real with you, like, I don't want to lose my page, right? Disseminating this information that is going over people's heads directly to the White House. I'm tired of that shit. You feel me? So I'm here to motherfucking spread some information and sell some product, right? Because I don't have to be ashamed about being a businessman, because my business is a righteous one. And my business has always been about helping people with their health, prioritize their health, and fortify their immune system so they can fight this shit. So rather than me be the motherfucking decoder and the whistleblower, right, and breaking down every quote unquote, V shot video, I'm not even saying a word. I'm not doing that. Let me put the product in front of you, because it's going to come down to the product anyway. I don't got to go around the block to get here. We did that all last year. If you don't know what it is that we do in terms of exposing this information and being 2, 3, 4 months ahead of it, right? Then you don't know nothing about us. You know what I'm saying? Then I've just been talking to myself all these goddamn years, right? And you don't know nothing about myself or my family, right? Because we always ahead of the fucking curve. You know what I mean? And sometimes that shit is not financially beneficial to be all the way ahead of the curve. You know how many years ago I was selling CMOS? 10 years, right? I lost relationships, right? Going around the world, attempting to educate people about the importance of CMOS, only for that shit to hit last year. And they gave the business to all of these motherfuckers that just popped up selling CMOS overnight. You know how that shit must feel? You feel me? You know how that shit must feel? So them motherfuckers should be on the forefront out here right now telling you about that medical device, that medical machine device. They should be the ones out here at the forefront telling you what you need to do to remove heavy metals out of your body and get you vaccine exemptions. Where they at? I thought they was healers, right? You just can't fucking sell the CMOS and then not have none of the other components to go along with it. These niggas was photoshopping pictures with them and Sabi in it and all that stupid shit. Like, come on, this niggas is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not overexhausting myself. You know what I'm saying? With this information this year, I'm getting this money, these finances, right? So we could fund our own, evolution. All right, let's leave it at that. Feel me? I'm not doing that. Look at that. Look at that. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, And I have a tendency, because I love sharing information, I'll come over here on Instagram and spill everything, right? And then I put a book out and I got to convince motherfuckers like, yo, I got to oversell the book. I got to convince you that it has value, that, you know, I want you to pay for whatever I ask for it. But niggas is out here giving free fucking prophecies. I wish I can wake up and go to somebody's page and learn the shit that I be out here teaching. Right? Again, for niggas who don't fucking listen, right? And are unable to see the value in anything that we can say is, yo, that's prophecy, right? Because you don't even factor yourself into the narrative as an important enough piece where you could look at somebody else and be like, oh, you got it in you to tell us some prophetic shit. You a nigga just like me. Like, you come from the same place. No, I don't. I don't come from where you come from. And I'm not you. You feel me? And that's no disrespect, right? But let me be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking humble enough, right? But I ain't gonna make myself disappear to make you comfortable, right? I know when I'm on. I know when I'm on. I know it. I'm like, yo, they do that. I do this, though. You feel me? They don't do this. They do that. We can acknowledge the shit that they do. I'll even clap and make a post about it. But they don't do this. Nobody do this. Okay? So let's cut it out. Like I said, I wish I can go on somebody's page in 2021 and read some prophetic shit or some super duper esoteric shit to make sense out of the unsensible. There's nobody out here doing that. You feel me? They do that, and they do that well. I do this. You dig what I'm saying? So, shout out to Hakeem Alon, because he do that. I don't even do that. He do that shit that he do. With that metaphysical, scientific lens. KT, the arts degree, I don't do that. He do that. A.A. Rashid, I don't do that. He do that. 19 Keys, I don't do that. He do that. You know what I'm saying? These people are masters and proficient at what it is that they do. I'm the 44 guard, though. They don't do this. You know what I'm saying? I write the algorithms that the whole world sings. You feel me? And I'm humble about it. So that within itself, you know, needs to be applauded. Because I could be out here acting fucking rambunctious. Yeah, Kambada, I don't do that. He do that. Right? I couldn't do what he do. You know what I'm saying? Red do what he do. I don't do what Red do. You know what I'm saying? But he can't do what I do. You feel me? And but when we bring all of that stuff together, we bring all of these powers together, because everybody that I mentioned, they gods and goddesses onto themselves, right? And everybody got a part to play and a piece to slay. So it's like, yo, you know, kill your position, body that shit. You know what I'm saying? We could drag all the bodies and pile them up, stack them to high heavens. Feel me? Yeah, everybody has their purpose. Right? But when it comes to them 44s, yeah, that's what I do. You feel me? We calibrate the algorithms that control the unseen and the foreseen universe. And we weave the thread of reality. You feel me? And we're telling a end time story of a living testament, right? The books are open and the seals are broken, right? Nobody else is standing around interpreting these things that are coming to life, right? What do they say? Dead letters become alive. This stuff is taking place right now. And it should not be ignored, because it's too interesting and engaging of a story. And I'm beyond coincidences. They don't exist in my universe. The only thing that they are aspects of intangibilities that you have to locate through investigations, right? You got to do the knowledge so you can make sense out of the senseless, right? And you're like, yo, this is not a coincidence. You feel me? On April 2nd, which was Saturday, in Kemet, they were moving, right, 22 Nesubidis. A Nesubidi is what they call a, quote unquote, the mummy of a pharaoh, right? So they were moving these pharaohs from one location to the next, right? They had a procession in the streets of Kemet, right, to commemorate this monumental event, right? They hadn't touched them bodies and moved them. They was like, yo, we're about to unleash the curse of the pharaohs or the curse of the mummies. You all heard it. You went and seen the goddamn movie. You feel me? But anytime that you're talking about the underworld or afterlife, because in order for them to exhume these mummies, they brought them from the underworld or from caverns, what they symbolically represent the underworld. So they had to bring the dead into the realm of the living to transport them, right? And at the time, the living representation of the person who stands at the gates, who is Anpu or Anubis or the dog or the jackal, right, goes from the living realm into the underworld at the same time. So DMX now becomes submerged in a comatose-like state, right? He's in the underworld, right? He's physically here, but he's dead. He's in the underworld while this procession is taking place. This man is Dark Man X. D is 4. M is 13. And X represents Tau or Tav in Hebrew, right? Which is the 22nd letter, right? Which represents the numerical value of 400 in Hebrew, or 400 numerically, point blank period. And the letter itself is derived out of Phoenician, right? Or Chaldean, if you will. And it's an X with a circle around it, how they got like the X-Men. That's where the Tav comes from, or the Thou. So X also has the equivalency of 400. So 4, you feel me? He's a 44 resonator. You understand? So with all of this being input into this particular dialogue, and we understanding the overlapping nature, right? The overlapping nature of how all of these things correlate, because they're all what? Ancient mysteries brought up to date in modern day. So over the strong end, what we call the weak end, we were going through the resurrection, right? So this is the latest iteration of these particular mysteries and these stories. It comes in the way of Christianity, right? In Kemet, it would come in the way of the Osirian tale. That's their resurrection story. In Christianity, the resurrection story is in what? It's in Jesus or Christ, right? And in our modern day parlance, right, in the way that we exist in hip hop, let's look at that as a religion. Just for the sake of me making this example, our resurrection story is fucking DMX. Okay? Our resurrection story is DMX. This nigga got more lives than the felines. You feel me? Just his street record, just the fact that he lived long enough to make those raps when he did back in the days, made this nigga legendary, because everybody, you know what I'm saying, was on his helmet and wanted him dead. Because he was a stick-up kid. He was a grimy nigga. Right? His enemies really fucking loathe him and hate him. He was violating niggas. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them niggas. He just ain't gonna rob you. He was violating niggas out here. You know what I mean? Yeah, he survived. He resurrected, though. He went into the underworld. They said that he was dead. said that he was brain dead. That's the reports. I didn't even put that report up when I put the information out, right? But the report that I did put up, they said he was in a grave condition. So he was in the grave. He was Hiram Abiff. He was in a shallow grave, though. And then you hit him with the lion's paw and you bring him out, right? Dark Man X. Anubis, Anpu, Underworld. You don't get it? Okay. There's nothing that I can do for you. I'm speaking a whole nother language. And that's okay. That's okay. You feel me? Because I've grown comfortable with speaking to myself. You know what I'm saying? And my lady be hearing me out. I be chewing her ear off. Right? She get all these bars. You know what I'm saying? So this was taking place while X went into the underworld, submerged. They brought the pharaohs out of the underworld into the living world and transported them, right? And then Egypt or Kemet is on the 33-degree parallel line, right? After we finish cooking up these 44s all strong in, then the earthquake, okay, the earthquake jumps off, right? Because the energy has to express itself some way. It got to come out like a fart, right? It expresses itself in Inglewood, of all places. And Inglewood is on the 33-degree parallel line. And you can Google it, right? A 4.0 earthquake at 4:44 a.m., right? And we got finished telling you that Saturday was the 171st birthday. April 4th was the 171st birthday of Los Angeles. Okay? Los Angeles had a 4.4 earthquake on April 2nd, on the same day that DMX had that situation. They had a 4.4. You need me to pull it up? Okay? So, Inglewood, the same location where they're going to have the Super Bowl in 2022 on February 13th, which is the 44th day. Why did they change it from February 6th to February 13th? And when have you known the Super Bowl to take place on February 13th? Right? Please tell me. Please. You know what I'm saying? Please tell me. Please. And why does the word earthquake itself equal 44? I'm going to show it to you right now. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to leave it alone because you got to buy the book. Because like I said, I have a bad habit of giving up free game and not getting paid for my intellectual property, right? Because I just want to be telling it. I love this shit. I'm so passionate about it that I just have an inclination to want to share it. And that puts me in a pickle, right? Because when it comes for sale time, niggas is like, oh, I already got them bars. Word. Word. Right? Somebody sitting around and telling you the earthquake equals 44 in gematria. Right? Nigga, this ain't Zachary and them niggas. You feel me? This ain't that. I ain't speculating and telling you that the fucking Masons did it. I'm telling you that you are looking at fluctuation of energy, right? And 44 is a consciousness. And when you overlap them shits and when you break codes and start decoding shit and unveiling shit, yeah, it starts moving. But I'll give you one even better. Shit, since I got you here. I might as well just finish showing you how elaborate this shit goes. Right? I might as well stretch your imagination out of shape. It's gonna snap back into something. Don't get scared. Don't get scary, right? I'm gonna stretch it, but it's gonna snap back. It's gonna snap back. All right, where we want to go with this? Shout out to Nork. I'm going through these Nork pictures. Shout out to Newark. Y'all showed us so much love in Newark. I really love that place. Y'all get a bad rap, but it's pure love out there. Where we going? Where we going? All these goddamn pictures. Where we going? Where we going with this? Give me 1 second, y'all. I got mad slides on my phone. I'm just trying to find the right ones. And they're being elusive, or I'm just overlooking them. Right? And look, come on. I didn't even want to go there with it. That's not even what I wanted to do to you. You feel me? I didn't even want to do that to you. But here you go. That's not even what I wanted to do, but that one is just sitting there too, right? So just in case motherfuckers are still in doubt, like, oh, you stretching, you reaching, okay. I'm telling you, when I say it's 44, it's 44, goddammit. I don't have no reason to pop my head out to say anything. I don't be looking for no attention. I am not trying to motherfucking impress nobody. I'm just telling you that I have an unprecedented high level observation when it comes to tracking this algorithm and how it fluctuates and it moves through the world, through the universe, through the galaxy, and it leaves its signature on everything. You feel me? This is the real interesting part. Get some people in their feelings. Hold on. Where you at? Why are you hiding? Leave me out the context. Leave me out the comments. Oh, man. What? Okay. Boom. This is it. Look, I am finished after this. Okay? I'm finished after this. What did it just say? Right? Good Friday. Good Friday. I'm starting to slur. Right? Yo, knowledge of law, what you talking about? Peace more. What about Ho's 4/4 album? He bit that. I gave him poetic license to do that. Fuck with me. What's good? You need to bring the receipts for that too? Let's not do it, because anybody who's been following, right, this information knows what time it is when it comes to the goddamn 4/4 album. We'll never go back and try to qualify and explain that shit away. It was too obvious. I did a lecture 10 years ago called Blueprint 322, right? You go and look at that from 10 years ago and you tell me where 4/4 came from. Let's not do that, my nigga. I did not just start this, right? That was the lecture I started talking about. Matter of fact, it was in 2009, November 29th, 2009, right, on Fulton Avenue in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, is when I laid out the Blueprint 322, and I tied Jay-Z to the 44 frequency, right, in 2009. So let's not ever do that, okay? This is before he even got married on 4/4, right? A dog walked him all the way to where he's at now with that information. You feel me? So, if the person who they say is Jesus Christ existed, right? According to the astrological records that coincide with the biblical records, right? The Bible said something specific happened during the crucifixion It was an earthquake, right? An earthquake. That's why I say he's a fucking 44 resonator who was created by somebody named Paul in the Bible, right? And the whole Bible is based on the number 44, but that's a whole nother story. April 3rd, 33 AD, on a Friday, right? Astrological records show an earthquake, a geological, astrological records show an earthquake took place, and there was a blood moon during the crucifixion, right? That's the day that it would have happened. So when you have DMX, right, going through the ordeal that he did on the same day, April 3rd, but it was Saturday now, and he actually had the overdose on Friday, which was the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you got to step back from again and be like, God damn, what am I looking at, right? What am I looking at? How is this rehashing itself all of these years later into a personage of somebody who you think is not messianic, right? Because you have a puritanical view about who can house and encase messianic energy on this planet because you swear that the shit equals what you consider to be righteousness. Right? But Jesus Christ didn't he didn't fucking sell, he didn't go platinum, my nigga. He had 12 niggas listening to him. And not too many fucking women. Right? So he didn't preach his gospel to 1 million plus people like these fucking rappers and these artists are, my niggas. Are you serious? Malcolm X was a sinner, so am I. Feel me? I'm about to sin the second I get off this motherfucking live. How about that? Right? They had an earthquake on April 3rd, 33 AD. I could even find out what the motherfucker registered as if I do enough of the research. Okay? So they had an earthquake and a blood moon, right? Do we need to go back and see, yo, does this nigga, yeah, and the book that I'm writing now is not the 44 book. So please, don't buy the book and be like, yo, man, you ain't go ape shit with the 44s. This book is called The Convos with the Cosmos, right? And it deals with the Corona rising leading up to the Grand Conjunction, leading up into all of the incidents that are taking place right now. But there's going to be a specific book on 44, right? And that shit might come in 2044 because I'm still writing it. And I'm already like 1,500 pages in. And that shit don't stop. Like, it don't slow down long enough for me to finish it. So there might be some shit that I leave behind. Who knows? I'm not going to overstress myself about that book. I got these other books that I'm writing that I'm nearing, you know, that are complete. And I have a lot more. It's easier to finish those. The 44 shit is like a Bible. You know what I'm saying? That I might, like I said, it might come out in 2022 or 2024 or whatever. Right? But I got other books coming. You feel me? So he personifies blood. Like I said, the word blood in Hebrew equals 44. And the word damu, right, comes from, because the root word of damu is dam. Dam equals 44 in Hebrew. So the 44 ties the dam and the blood together. Hence the fact that damu is blood. You understand? So this nigga personifies that energy. Okay? The whole Bible is about flesh and blood. Right? He's fucking messianic even if he wasn't trying to be. Right? But he's demiurgic. Nothing that we see in this paradigm, in this dimension right now, is going to look upside right. It's going to look right side up or upside down. Right? Everything is the upside down world. It's the demiurgic aspects of this shit. Biggie Smalls had messianic energy. Stop thinking about this shit through the lens of Christianity. That's not what we're talking about here, right? We're speaking about the people who have the ability to guide and lead the masses and template people's consciousness, where your whole lifestyle, right, becomes a mimicry of somebody else who you're bearing witness to, and your mirror neurons come in and you want to be that person enough that you start behaving like them, and they start dictating to you how to live your life. You become the follower of this person. That's your fucking Messiah, right? That's your Messiah. This nigga will have you pop off and do shit in the real world before Jesus would. Because Jesus don't talk to you. You got to go and read a fucking Bible, right? Or hear somebody else read the word, right? They say that the Bible is a dead letter word, or the book is a book of dead letter words until they're brought to flesh, until they're brought to life. Somebody has to breathe life into them, right? This nigga's living and breathing, and you listening to his music, right? And I'm sure that he has affected and influenced your life in a particular way, right? That you can relate to and be like, yo, I remember when I did X, Y, and Z, I started smoking weed because of DMX, son. Yes, in his real fucking life, not his mythological life. In his real life, he battles the devil. In his real life. And we've all seen it, right? We all know him for that, right? And on the flip side, this nigga talks about Jesus as if he's a fucking disciple. How, Sway? Right? You don't get to see that side of him, though. But the shit must be passionate enough. Because I've been to his concerts, nigga. You get goosebumps when he gets into his Jesus bag. You like, oh, this nigga really... Lord, give me a sign. You like, this nigga really wants to be saved. This nigga really wants to be saved. If there's a saving, this nigga wants to be saved. And his demons that he's battling, again, they're personified in the form of crack cocaine, and probably for him, misogyny, and probably for him, abuse, probably for him, nicotine. You know, all of these things that lead to us being in adversarial positions towards ourselves and then our environment, right? It's the fucking devil, it's the demons that a lot of us are either personally struggling with, or our parents or people in our immediate family or in our environments have struggled with. He personifies that. In this time, you feel me? As dirty as this time is, as lopsided, as bizarre a world as this time is, right? Stop looking for perfection in an imperfect time. We are in the Kali Yuga. Look it up if you need a definition, right? Nothing is going to come out pristine clean. That's not where we at. In the dimension of dimensionality right now, in the quadrant of the universe that we're in, we're not in the squeaky clean part, my niggas. We are in the dark matter part, the DMX part. You feel me? It's where we at, right? It's called a rift. You know what I'm saying? And it's full of dark matter. Lord, give me a sign. Yeah. And Little Nas X is giving tap dances to this, lap dances to this. He couldn't fight it. He succumbed to the pressures of it. DMX is still fighting. That's what the fight looked like. The fight loss looks like Little Nas X giving the lap dances. I'm talking about, that's what the fight loss looks like. You know, still fighting, DMX. Fight loss, Lil Nas X. Art. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Yeah, it's the Vedic Dark Age. Like I said, I wish I could go somewhere and hear a nigga talking like this. You feel me? Cause my niggas got bars, but they not doing this. They don't do this. They don't do this. And if they did, I would team up. I wouldn't attempt to compete against them. I would say, let's collaborate. You feel me? Let's really cook this motherfucking pot up and serve the plate. So it's going to be one hell of a dog summer. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, him and Snoop had the battle of all battles, right? On the last day of Cancer going into Leo. They had the verses, right? And the whole battle was about where my bitches. Love my bitches from Snoop and from DMX. You heard bitch get dropped more than any other motherfucking time that you've ever seen alive. And there was a reason for that, right? Again, in the convoluted aspects of how consciousness plays itself out, okay? That was during the dog days. So this was when Sirius was at an all-time high, right? Cooking the planet. And Sirius is the dog star, but that dog is a female dog. It's a bitch, right? Or set as a bitch. Don't take it the wrong way, right? Get out of your definition bag. Because when you hear these words, automatically, the definition that has been ascribed by the European got you feeling the way, right? And you DMing niggas right now, like, yo, Blue Pill is calling the Holy Mother all set a bitch. And that's not what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. You feel me? Because by definition, all right, let me put this back. By definition, a female dog is what? By definition. And don't make it because I said it, right? Don't make it because I said it. No, by definition, what is a female dog? Let's get this out the way. Can I get some response? A female dog, by definition, is what? It's a bitch, right? Sirius or Sophist, right, is what? What is Sirius, right? What is the anthropomorphized version of Sirius? Sirius represents who in the pantheon? Can I get some feedback? Who does Sophist represent in Greece? Who does Sirius represent? Okay? Astrologically, if you will, right? She represents Osset. So if the Canis Major, which is the dog star, is a female dog, then it's a bitch. And it's Osset. Okay? Now, all you shorties in Atlanta that consider yourself sacred whores, don't run with this cloth and be at the lectures talking about, Brother Blue said, nah, don't use these balls for that. I'm not going to back you up on that. Right? Sit down for a second. Let me finish my bill because I'm on to something. Don't do that to me. Okay? Don't utilize these balls to justify your whoredom. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, or set as in ISIS. You know what I'm saying? Or set as in ISIS, if that's what the name that you know her by. Right? And again, so we just coming out of Ishtar, Easter. Who you think Ishtar is? Feel me? Who you think Ishtar is? Is Ishtar not Osset? Or is she had Heru? Right? Because all of this shit is just dealing with fertility goddesses right now. But they say Ishtar is Isis. They say Ishtar is Isis. So you got all of these dog correlations. You feel me? I could just write a book about Easter 2021. Just alone, I could just write a book about that. The week leading up, or the strong, or the unit, or the whatever leading up to Ishtar. I could just write a book about that. With all of this goddamn 44 energy that was popping off leading up to that incident. It was freaky. Because we didn't even talk about March Madness. We're not even talking about all of the sports that was taking place. We're not even talking about the fact that the Knicks scored 44 points Friday night. Saturday, I think. Was it Friday or Saturday? Either one of them days that I got back to New York, they scored 44 points. We ain't going to talk about the whole NCAA Final Four tournaments, how that shit is a 44 resonator. Men's and women tournament. We ain't going to talk about all of that connection and correlations about how that narrative played out with the Bears versus the Bulls during the time when the shit is going on a bull run, right? All of that dealing with the Chicago shy energy, because Chicago is the city that has the bull and the bears a motif, and they got a stock market in it. Is nobody making these connections? Because them Gematria niggas online, the YouTube Zachary and them niggas is not, this ain't they build, right? They not talking like this. They giving you that low level ass Gematria that has no esoteric import whatsoever. It's not delving into Kabbalah at all, right? So niggas should not be talking Gematria if you don't understand Kabbalah. Who the fuck are these people? And everything to them is a Masonic plot. Those is our babies, right? Those is our babies, but you went to sleep. So you don't know that them is your babies, the Masons. You don't know that you left your notebook with them. It's like them niggas bagged me for this, right? They got one of my journals and shit. Now they going chaotic, sitting up there spitting all this free game like it come from them. That's all them niggas is, right? Them niggas is dun-duns. Little niggas. You feel me? Who's partially getting it right. And they're doing what the fuck they was told to do. But we wouldn't know that. Because you weren't exposed to the script. They'd be like, oh, this was they big homies. Okay. And then the big homies, they had a shootout. So the big homies had to scatter. And the little niggas picked the work up when they scattered. They picked the money up. They knew where they had the pistols at. You know what I'm saying? And they caught somebody's notebook. Now they on the block fronting like they was big willies all along. That's not how it happened. That's not how it happened. Them the little niggas. You feel me? Them the little niggas. They just got on the block. My nigga, we had already built pyramids and shit that had been standing around for 3,500, 4,000 years before they got around. Right? And they became benefactors and recipients of good work, right? Of operative masonry that was already done. These niggas was, whoever built them pyramids was a hellified stonemason, right? And not just the shits in Kemet. There's pyramids all around this world on the 19.5 parallel line, right? The pyramid ring. There's a fucking ring that goes all around the world, and you'll find pyramids dotted around that 19.5 parallel line all around the world. Okay? DMX has demons. Who doesn't? Right? Yeah, stonemasons. Not speculative. Operative as fuck. Okay? In their bag. Got receipts. That can't be denied. Right? Now, you know, these Masons done built some shit too. You know, let's give the props where they deserve in terms of their build out, right? These niggas got busy. They took whatever information was given to them and they applied that shit. Right? The lavish multi-million-dollar spectacle saw 22 mummies, 18 kings and 4 queens transported from the peach-colored neoclassical Egyptian museum to their new resting place 5 kilometers away with tight security arrangements befitting their royal blood and status as national treasures. The mummies were relocated to the new National Museum of Egyptian Civilization and in what is called the Pharaoh's Golden Parade. They were transported with great fanfare and chronological order of their reigns from the 17th dynasty ruler to Ramses IX, who reigned in the 12th century BC. Right? Royal blood. Where my dogs at? Must I show you? It is real. I'm looking at you niggas like, are you serious? Are you serious? Where can I go to get some information like this? Okay? Because I don't be having enough time in the day to do this shit. You feel me? But it's necessary that I get an opportunity and a chance to do it. Because I'll go crazy just talking to myself. And my shorty already chewed off one ear. She only got one left. You understand? So you got to get this work. Word to Samuel. Word to Samuel Jack. Alright? I ain't gonna go there. I'll leave that. I'll leave that to Akibalon dealing with the Taurus. Right? People who got the Moderna COVID vaccine said they have more side effects, especially after the second dose. I'm not even gonna go there, right? I'm not even gonna go there. Like I said, I'm gonna mind my business in regards to that medical device. You know what I'm saying? We have said enough of what we have to say, and there's enough information out there. But understand that you are in the throes of a species terminus. This is for niggas that was talking about the gummy prices, right? How Sway? How dare you, right? Look at what these motherfuckers is doing. They don't have sea moss or gold in their gummy bears, right? This is just a momentary rant. I'm gonna move on. I just wanted to put that shit on the record, right? And that's in Whole Foods, okay? That's in Whole Foods. Shout out to Gummy Bears, okay? We knew what the fuck we was doing, and we priced it respectfully, okay? Because the shit should be $44 because it got sea moss and gold in it, right? Lord knows what them crackers got in their shit. That shit didn't even say vegan. That shit didn't even say vegan. And it was a multivitamin. Let me look at that shit again. It say organic. That shit don't mean nothing these days. You feel me? I don't even see the V on the side. And the shit is on sale for $29. Anyway, whole nother story. I'm drifting off my mind. Let me get back. Let me get back. Let me bring it back. Boy, oh boy. Ooh. I'm telling you. And again, I am not doing this to sell products. Right? I don't need the organic certification to sell my products necessarily. But that will make you feel better. All right, we'll get out there and do that. I am not doing this to sell products. Feel me? I am not doing this to sell products. You understand? But I'm compelled to utilize my high-level observations to tell you what I see is coming down the pipeline. So they are setting up, right, to have one of those uneventful summers where now they're going to come out with the digital passports and they're going to tell people, look, we are being ravished by these new strands, these mutant strands, and the only way that we feel comfortable around you, right? Plus, they're going to let the George Floyd killer off, so they're going to be extra cautious when it comes to allowing Negroes into open spaces. They're going to be like, the only way that I feel comfortable around you is you got to have a vaccine passport. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be transgender. Nah, I'm sorry. That might have been offensive to somebody. My apologies. I'm being an asshole now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The jab don't even protect. The jab don't even protect against the joint. You know what I'm saying? The jab don't even protect against the joint. You feel me? And I'm telling you, yo, when me and Al-Kibalon dropped this book, man, shout out to that brother, bro. We are going to shift the whole planet with these bars. Right? These bars that will not let up. It's going to be amazing. And it's about goddamn time, because I've been waiting to get a book out for a minute. And this is how you do it. You feel me? And I'm going to follow right up with a few releases after that. Look, that's your man's in them, right? Biden's White House Easter remarks included 0 mentions of Jesus. Now, to you niggas that are still in the church and are all Christians, right? And hopefully you're fucking like conservative or black evangelicals. Your Christian country is going to hell in a handbasket under this administration, right? You should radicalize yourself and really go and get you some answers, because, you know, if you thought that Trump or Obama was a facade of Christianity in the White House, goddamn it, that Biden presidency is something else. Right? Let me see if I can inspire you to go and ask you some questions. How about that? That part. And look, the same day that the earthquake was hitting, right? The finish of the 44 strong end, what you call a weekend, but it was not weak because it ended on a very strong note, right? Right after that comes the advocacy, right? On the heels of Easter, right? The advocacy from Drake, 2 Chainz, T.I., Killer Mike, Deion Sanders, and a bunch of other people advocating for Rollo to get released from federal captivity after being caught with 444 pounds of weed. So I'm trying to tell you, I could do the book just off of the 7 days leading up to Easter. I could just do the book, right? With a few days afterwards, ending with the earthquake and everything else to take place. I could just write a book just on that. That's how much excitement we got, right? Shout out to the homie. I seen this in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Somebody drew, this is a drawing. This is not a realistic picture. This is a mural on a wall in Brooklyn of the homie, right? Salute to Saint Nip. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for you, Nip. You feel me? They're not going to get away with sleeping on the guard. All right? You're going to get this work. You're going to get this work. You know what I'm saying? You're going to recognize the true and living before it's all said and done. You know what I mean? So I asked people, you know, earlier, like, this prison planet that we're on, right, is a fallen angel different from an earth angel? And I ain't really get enough feedback to satisfy my curiosity. You know what I'm saying? Are fallen angels and the earth angels, right, are they the same thing? And who has the precedent in the earthly planes of dominions, because according to the biblical text, according to the Bible, right, from what I remember, they said that God gave the devil dominion over earth. Matter of fact, even when he cast the devil out, they got to earth before Adam and them did. So them niggas was able to run around and do recognizance, you know what I'm saying, and get all of their logistics in place before the good guys and the goody two-shoes got here. Yeah, I would drop a 44 book every year, you know, cataloging, but I can't. I have not able to, because I got to do this everyday lifestyle, you know, getting to this bread, running these businesses, handling my business, doing this, doing that. I don't have the time to sit there and write a 44 book every year. I've been cataloging the information. I'm up to 1,500 plus pages. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have the time. I'm going to make some time to get some other stuff done. But that 44, I need to be comfortable. I need to be like, you know, in a situation where my things are automated and I can really sit back and squeeze my sponge. You know, I need to create a 44 foundation. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be set up like a foundation, like a nonprofit. And, you know, I get this out of the way. I got that out of the way. You know what I mean? The only thing that I got to do is cook. You feel me? And write that Bible up. Yeah. But as of now, it wouldn't be possible. Yes, I am coming to Arizona Saturday. This is an NFT. This is an artist's NFT. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just wanted to pose that question. You know, the fact that we are on this prison planet, and I really see, you know, these concepts, and they can very well just be concepts. For some people, they're very real, right? They're very real. Yeah, I wish I could just go into hiatus mode, but that's not possible for me right now. I attempted to do it in the beginning of the year. I was going to unplug. And then I got deplatformed from Instagram, and it helped me out because I was able to really go and do my shadow work, and I wasn't online at all. And this is when I went back to school and I started learning about the finances and self-discovering a lot of other things about myself. You know what I mean? But that shit only lasted for a minute. Right? Now we back in the mix again. And every single day I contemplate ways to disappear. It just don't work. Not because I don't like you. Not because I'm tired. Not because I'm through with you. Because I have serious amount of work and writing to do. And it's very difficult to do it when I'm cataloging new stuff coming in every day. Right? I probably spend 2 hours reading DMs. Right? Because it be full of news. I don't watch the news. I read it. Nope. Cosmic Kale recipes not for sale. I'm coming to Tucson. But I land in Phoenix, right? So if y'all want to connect and you guys is in Phoenix, I'll be in Phoenix for a few hours. Maybe, I think that's Friday night. Like Friday night, Saturday morning, like midnight around them times, something like that. I don't know. Something like that. You know, the time zones is different. I got to look at my ticket. But on Saturday, I'll be in Tucson. I'll probably be in Tucson until maybe Tuesday. Oklahoma, we working on Oklahoma this year. We'll probably be out there for the Tulsa anniversary. All right, if you're going to be in Phoenix, y'all need to hit me up. I mean, if you're going to be in Tucson, you need to hit me up. You know what I'm saying? TS Bay, we'll connect in the DM. Yo, it's mad people in Phoenix. I'm like, yo, I remember being in Phoenix and I didn't make it from the crib to the car without melting. From the crib to the car, I'm talking about drenched, right? Feeling mad uncomfortable because I'm like soaking wet, and they turning on the AC in the whip. I'm like, son, I just got melted in a matter of a minute and a half, moving from the house to the car. It was like 115 degrees. You feel me? I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? But people is actually living and moving to Arizona and to Phoenix in particular. You know what I mean? I work with a major nonprofit out there, so I'm going to be tapping in as well. Shit, I might stay a little bit longer because I want to do some work in Phoenix with the nonprofit. Yeah, but I'll be in that area this strong in. Yeah, I be seeing videos of people. They be outside and shit. They got clothes on, dresses, hoodies. I'm like, y'all wasn't in the Phoenix that I was in. Y'all wasn't in the Arizona that I'm used to going to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, on this prison planet, like, because when let's say when Halloween come around, you feel me? Don't email Red. He ain't coming. And he ain't gonna forward it to me either. So if you wanna holler at me, you gotta holler at me. Right? When Halloween come around and people have an opportunity, okay, Red is live. I'm gonna go tap into his live soon. My apologies. I don't want to hold y'all back from Red. I know he got some important stuff to talk about. He just came back from Chi-Town. Shout out to Chicago Crypto. Shout out to Cheyenne. But it's Wednesday. That nigga should not, you know, he's live on Thursday. I'll acknowledge Third Eye Thursday. But the hell is Wednesday? What the hell? What is he calling Wednesday? Oh, this nigga's live on Instagram? This nigga's live on Instagram when I'm live? See what I'm talking about? Right? That's some lopsided shit. He could have tapped in and came into my live and had me cook. Anyway, I don't attempt to go live when other people in my unit is live. I don't do that shit. That's just something personal with me. You know what I'm saying? And I speak to them about that. I be like, yo, why would y'all go live when I'm live? Because I wouldn't go live if you live. Yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Is my mic cut? Y'all can hear me? Okay, give me 1 second. Is it better? Y'all can still hear me? My apologies. Yeah. So what's, you know, when Halloween comes around, why nobody ever dressed their children like angels? You feel me? And then if we only see angels coming out during the Victoria's Secret event, and we know that, you know, they might be somebody's earth angel, but that's you know, we know that that's not you feel me? Like, that's not the sanctity. Like, that's not the shit that we consider or we correlate to being what we conceive to be angelic. You know what I mean? Like, again, they sell you on an idea that this is a Christian country, right? But you don't even see angels. You don't even see their depictions of angels. They don't even overdo it because they'll put the little white angels and shit everywhere else. They only roll them out during Christmas time, but you don't see, they're not part of society, right? So the image on the screen could very well be a fallen angel that's locked up in a prison planet. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with earth angels. The good people come down here and get imprisoned, right? In this dominion that seems to be more conducive to what you would consider to be quote unquote hell. I'm using these concepts very loosely, right? And not in a literal sense. You feel me? Not in a literal sense. An earth angel is somebody that's like yo, I found Shorty, you know what I'm saying? She's part of my life. She got to be an earth angel and shit because she's so precious. She must have been at God's left hand. You know what I'm saying? Or this nigga personally fashioned her before. He sent her here. So she's one of heaven's angels. She's just on earth. You understand? She fall and she didn't get dirty, nigga. She had a cushion when she landed. Okay? That's an earth angel. That's the goody two shoes. As opposed to an archangel. Right? As opposed to a angel with broken wings. A dirty angel. You feel me? She's the one, her doo-doo don't stink. Right? She's an earth angel. Matter of fact, she don't fart, she don't belch, she don't do none of that shit. She's perfect. Yeah. Artwork slapping. Yeah, that book coming, y'all. I think it's coming like Friday or Saturday, the pre-sale for Convos with the Cosmos. You know, let us get that out the way. And then we coming with the ruckus. We coming with some more joints. Louisville, if you in Louisville, right? If you in Louisville, we're going to be there Juneteenth weekend. So I don't know if I'm going to be in Tulsa Juneteenth, but we'll be probably, you know, on or around them times. Jump. It ain't too far from one another. So if we go to Kentucky, to Louisville, we're going to probably end up in Oklahoma right after that. But so far, this is the bill. Red and Blue Pill. Dr. Boyce Watkins, Sabir Bey, Styles P. And I think that they got more. They got more coming. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to turn up in Louisville, right? When Louisville really needs the turning of the turnings, we're going to come to Louisville and we're going to turn up and get a family there, something practical, you know what I'm saying, to work. No? Can't hear me? No? Talk to me. I'm back. Can you hear me? No? We good? Yes? Oh, shit. Okay, I thought I lost y'all. Huh. This thing is becoming emotional. All right. Yeah, I thought I lost the live, man. I wanted to save this one. So I'm probably going to take that as a sign. Lord, give me a sign. Right? I'm going to take that as a sign. And they like, nigga, you got work to do. Okay? It's almost heading towards midnight. And I stopped. I'm in the middle of work, though. So I do apologize. But I'm obligated to get this work done. Right? So I want to say thank you. I wasn't even supposed to go in the way that I went in tonight. I wanted to save some of this stuff from my book and everything, but I mean, I'm still put it in the book. I just, you know, you got a very raw version. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a very raw version, a very raw rendition, you know what I'm saying, of this narrative that is still developing. That, you know, if I go in other places and have these conversations, niggas is definitely going to look at me like I'm crazy. And that's quite okay. You know, I almost look forward to that at this point. Because I know how this shit going to end up. You know what I'm saying? I'll never end up on the, oh, that nigga was crazy conversation. No, that's not how things going to end up. And I don't even stress that. It's quite cool. I've been called crazy all my life by people that just wasn't there yet. You feel me? And I know that time vindicates. Time vindicates all. So I don't be sweating it. I just want more of a conversation to take place because it's boring just having these talks with yourself. I be on my own phone like, yeah, son, for real? Say it ain't so. You seen that shit? Cold-blooded. Yeah. I'm tired of that. You know what I mean? We should be able to dialogue. I wanna learn. I want somebody to tell me some super duper fly shit that I could be like, what? I was looking at that and I ain't see it. I want to be mesmerized and blown away. I want to look forward to getting up and going to somebody's page and learning some super saucy cosmic shit. Alkebalon does that for me. Every time I read his post, I'm blown away. Shout out to my brother Ant. You know what I'm saying? He's like the CNN of the community right now. He puts out all of the information. My dude Carlo, he's always going to keep me posted on some 44 sports information. You know what I'm saying? 19 always has the super dope, inspiring, cutting edge, latest news information page. And, Red is a chronic poster. But I don't really see too much on my timeline that I can just like my go-to. Well, I'm like, I'm finna learn something today. This shit gonna make me sharper. I don't really come across too much of that. You know what I'm saying? So if I can take a little bit of time out to do that for somebody else, right? Then that's been an honor. It was a good day. It was a dope day. It was a dope demonstration. It was a good way for time to be spent. You know what I'm saying? I could still look at myself and I'm like, yo, I could be like, yo, this was a Bitcoin worthy conversation. You feel me? I could be like, this was a Bitcoin worthy conversation. This shit was worth about weighed as much as a few Bitcoins. This was Bitcoin worthy. I spent my time well. It was Bitcoin worthy. You feel me? So there'll be another one. The universe ain't letting us down. It keeps rolling it out. It's gonna be story after story after story. I'm even compelled right now to go and dig and look for some new information because I feel like I might have missed something. Right? So yeah, shout out to our beautiful clients out there that are receiving their product. There's more products on the way. And for those that are looking to order, we are ringing up, on some of our products that are sold out right now, like Goldie Bears and that super Smart Moss Gold, that's next up. You know what I'm saying? The Smart Moss Gold is next up. And then we got something coming right after that. We're putting gold in all of our products, right? We got our 2-year anniversary coming up May 19th. So it's going to be such an amazing announcement what we'll be working on for this next phase, this next rollout. We're about to take this thing into the stratosphere. You know what I mean? Next level. You feel me? And I'm so honored to have, those who have done business with us. You are stakeholders, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get it right on the back end to make sure that our clients are also investors in the business because we all in this together. We family now. So I thank you, you know what I'm saying, for allowing us to come into your home, for inviting us into your own personal space, into your temple, trusting us with your children. You feel me? I mean, this shit is the highest honor possible. And I don't take it for granted. I don't take it light. You know what I'm saying? And I would never do anything to violate it. I want to protect it with my life. Right? So I'm loyal to a fault. You feel me? Because I'm out here fighting for people that I don't even know. Right? Out of respect, out of love. I bought into this whole ideal about community. Right? People be telling me I'm crazy for it. But, you know what I mean? It has shown me the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the indifferent. You know what I'm saying? And I still keep coming back. So, with that being said, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate the time spent. You feel me? Tell somebody that you love them and really mean it. You know what I'm saying? Let it be heartfelt. Nothing, doing a random act of kindness ain't going to take nothing away from you. You are now building up, right, your ethereal escrow, right? Everybody tripping over ether. But what are you doing to build up your ethereal escrow, right? You're doing good things that only you in the universe know about. So this is building up your ethereal escrow. You got a whole ethereal bank of good deeds. They call that your ashe, right? Find yourself in that space. Nobody even got to see you. Make sure it's just you in the universe. You know what I'm saying? Talk to yourself, man. Get acquainted with yourself. Get familiar with yourself. You know what I mean? So you really know, like, yo, thank you for, you seen that? Yo, we did, you know that you are your own witness. So you don't got to do shit for the gram and get out here and do things that might be considered goofy. You know what I'm saying? Build up your own personal stock of ethereal escrow, right? And with that, I want to say peace, love, and light. Okay? Peace, y'all.